right, boxing fans, the Ringsiders Club offers you select seating, complimentary parking, and exclusive Forum Club membership. Join the Ringsiders Club, see the action up close, become a part of the finest boxing program in America. The phone number with operators standing by, 310-673-1773. All right, we turn to the lightweight division now. Effie Schneider against Rudy Cruz. Schneider carries the sobriquet of the Israeli Bomber. Well, Jimmy Lennon Jr. is in the center of the ring, and in a moment we'll introduce, as you see Schneider come out here, and Jimmy looks as though he's a bit nonplussed. I guess he's ready to go. He's completed his notes prior to introducing the contestants. So let's go to the center of the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr., if you will.
Here we go. This bout coming your way is scheduled 6 rounds of boxing as we present lightweights in action. I introduce to you the referee in charge of this bout, Dr. James Jenkin. All right, introducing to you first on my left. He is fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim, making his home and fighting out of Los Angeles, California, by way of Tel Aviv, Israel. He weighed in at the light weight of 135 pounds. His unblemished record, 4 wins, no losses, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Welcome the undefeated Effie, the Israeli Bomber Schneider. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 6-round lightweight bout. He is wearing black trunks and hailing from Fresno, California. He weighed in the same weight of an even 135 pounds. Tonight in his 8th bout as a professional, please welcome Rudy El Gallo Cruz. Here's your referee in charge now to give instructions, Dr. James Jenkin.
Gentlemen, obey my command. Shake hands. Let's get going. Let me see him up.
All right, the tail of the tape. Schneider's 5'7", Cruz an inch taller. They both come in at 135, the lightweight limit, and Cruz 2 years older, and the reach dead even at 70 inches apiece. Rudy Cruz is from Fresno. His dad was a fine middleweight back in the 70s. His record is 0-5-2. Cruz is without a win. And he's never been knocked out, which is to his credit, of course. But in the meantime, Effie, the Israeli Bomber Schneider, is 4-0. He moved to Los Angeles a little over a year ago after being born in Israel. I don't know. Cruz may want to get a bout with his barber after this fight. That haircut, Ruben, what do you think of it?
Oh, I like it. It goes along with that, the Israeli Bomber. I mean, come on. It's not as if we have enough problems internationally and then to be called the Israeli Bomber.
Israeli Bomber, that's Effie.
Effie, come on, baby. Let's change the name.
And Cruz, that haircut. He's in the black trunks, and Schneider's in blue. He's a lightweight, 135 pounds, 6-round bout. You know, Ruben, after watching Kamau in action, I got out a couple of boxing books and I'm looking at some of the super lightweights or junior welterweights. If we can agree that Julio Cesar Chavez, who's going to fight for Al Whitaker at 147, good right hand by Schneider, is no longer a junior welterweight, but a full-blown 147-pounder. We got guys like Hector Camacho, Terrence Ali, Charles Murray, Frankie Randall, Greg Haugen. These would all be pretty good tests for this David Kamau, wouldn't they?
I think you're absolutely... You know, the fight I'd like to see him fight would be a Greg Haugen. I mean, I think the style is made for
Former champion,
Right.
I might add.
right. The styles are made for each other, and I think there's some good competition right now in that division.
Memory serves correct. Haugen was a former lightweight champion. Lost it to Vinny Pazienza back in Providence a few seasons ago, and then he moved up to the welterweight, junior welterweight, and fought Cesar Chavez, and although Chavez beat him and gave him really a beating, Haugen, to his credit, was in there for every moment of a fight that went about 6 or 7 rounds in Mexico City. So he would be indeed a tough.
Yeah, you got also Tony Lopez there that would be a tough hombre.
That's right. So there's a lot of talent in that division. If indeed Kamau is going to, people are going to step him up in class and in competition. You watch Cruz go back to his corner. I'll remind you that Budweiser Championship Boxing's Fight Night at the Forum returns to the Prime Network lineup on Monday, August 9th. Now, the main event will feature the finals of the Budweiser Welterweight Tournament. The unbeaten Wilfredo Rivera, who's 17-0, takes on Stefan Johnson, who's 23-4. The winner gets $55,000 plus a 1993 Ford Escort, and the loser gets $10,000. It's a very big fight. Make your plans to join us. Budweiser Championship Boxing's Fight Night at the Forum. The date Monday, August 9th, right here on Prime Network. Well, let me show you Ruben's biggest fans. Not the guy with the glasses. He's one of his biggest friends. The little guy there is Ruben Jr. He's part of a twin setup. He's 3. And now look at this.
There's
little
Rochelle.
beauty.
That's
Is
Daddy's
she
baby.
Gorgeous. Is she beautiful?
Thank you. That
She
guy
is.
there, his name is Rox. That's the bodyguard. Should anybody say anything out of the way to Rochelle, they're done.
Ruben, God bless him. They are just 2 of the prettiest babies in the world. I wish him a long, happy life.
The girl next to him is my oldest daughter.
Yes,
14-year-old Misty.
She's beautiful, too. It's a great family. Great
Thank you.
family. Good luck with those 2 babies. They are just beautiful.
Thank you.
This is round 2, scheduled for 6. That's Schneider, young man born in Israel, wearing the Star of David, of course, on his trunks. Effi. And Cruz, the opposition, young man hails from Fresno.
You know, Tommy, I want to talk about little Ruben. He got a kick out of that Ringo contest. He liked it. Bless his little heart.
Well, you know what they say, acorns don't fall far from the tree. They don't fall far from the tree. That's round 2, scheduled for 6. David Kamau, very impressive.
Thank you.
Although, as we indicated to you, figured to be Kamau's night, but not necessarily as quick as that first round knockout. He dispatched Flores in style. I got a kick out of you asking Tweety Bird if he was making a comeback. Albert Davila, one of God's great people. He laughed at you.
My name is Ruben Castillo. Thank you, Albert.
Well, you're all through with that nonsense, too.
Albert's got a set of twins born here also.
Yeah. 135-pounders, these 2 lads. This counter uppercut thrown in there by Cruz. He hasn't won a fight. He's 0-5. Tough kid. Solid chin on him. 24 years old. His career started out with a loss and then a couple of draws. Then he dropped 3 more. Like Zach Padilla, he went into a kind of a forced retirement. He's been on the ring for 4.5 years and then suddenly decided to come back. Padilla, of course, went on to capture the title. What another solid right hand thrown in there by Schneider. Cruz flew into the ropes, then caught a right hand coming away, but he's got a solid set of whiskers on him. Round 2 coming to a close. It's scheduled for 6, and we'll be back right after this timeout.
The Summer Geo Jamboree is on at your Chevy Geo dealer with sizzling summer deals on the all-new Geo Prism. Starting at just $99.95 for a luxury sedan with driver's side airbag, four-wheel independent suspension, rack and pinion steering, and more. At $99.95, that's $1,628 less than a comparably equipped Toyota Corolla. $1,705 less than a Honda Civic DX. But hurry, these big Summer Geo Jamboree savings will end soon. See your Southern California Chevy Geo dealer.
Sports Chalet's huge summer kickoff sale is on now. They've slashed prices on thousands of items throughout the store, like name brand athletic shoes starting at just $29.88. You'll also save on camping gear, home fitness equipment, bikes, tennis rackets, and scuba. Sports Chalet has also reduced prices in its fishing and water ski departments. So hurry in now. This is one sale you won't want to miss.
Sports Chalet.
Quick look at round two. Watch a right hand by Schneider. He's going to uncork one. Bang! Right there. Sends Cruz into the ropes, and now they're back to live action here at the Great Western Forum. As out they come for round number three. This one is scheduled for 6. These are lightweights at 135 pounds. Nice combinations by Schneider. Very good jab. Slips some solid shots too. Cruz retaliating. Schneider's called the Israeli bomber. Might be an unfortunate choice of words, I don't know, but it's a tribute to his knockout ability, which is 1 in 4 fights. Pretty well schooled, Ruben. As you look at the young man in the blue trunks, his punches are mostly in the straight line. He's got a nice jab. Slips punches pretty well. For a young fighter, he looks like he's been taught well.
I think you're right, and I can see why Cruz has not been knocked out. This guy can take a good shot.
Yep. Cruz has got his name tattooed across his chest, just in case he should forget who he is, I guess, from time to time. He can.
And on the back, you'll see where he's from.
That's right. He was a real son of Fresno, the San Joaquin Valley. So those people that are watching him go away know at least where he's from. People watching him come at him, they can say hello, Mr. Cruz, because that's all over his chest. I don't know if it'll ever become fashionable, but it's an interesting set of tattoos.
Well, I'm not a fan of them, but it is interesting.
Yep. This is round 3. Scheduled for 6, and these two guys have been at each other in this fashion since the opening bell. Dr. James Jenkin is the third man in the ring. Raul Caiz, Larry Rosadia, Pat Russell, the judges at ringside. Round 3 coming to a close. Neither man has been down, but Schneider has been very effective with the jab and has landed a couple of solid rights. Nice boxing style by the young man born in Israel. And there's the end of round number 3. And we'll follow Schneider back to his corner and listen in.
You usually have good times down here. Deep in hell. Yeah. Happy with your breathe. Hold it, run it down through your body.
Epic. You're making one mistake. When you stop punching, now you're starting to pull out. Okay, don't pull out, man, because you're giving him room to punch. When you finish punching, you stay close to him with both hands high, okay? That's where you're making your biggest mistake. Don't pull out for him when you stop punching. The jab looks good, and look at
You have to work your way out.
okay? And combinations on the inside. Combinations on the inside.
Same thing you do working in, you work your way out. The same fucking thing.
That's all it is.
All right, here. Tomorrow.
Down here, too. Up and down with the head.
All right. Brought to you by Super Lotto, California Lottery. Why Ruben's scorecard after 3 rounds. Schneider having won them all. 10 points for the winner of the round and a lesser number for the loser. Man gets knocked down, generally a 2-point round. 30-27 so far after 3. Schneider's been very effective. And some sound advice, if obvious, out of his corner. Keep up the jab. They're impressed with his left hand, and as I am, I think it's been a very effective weapon for him. One solid bit of advice: when you stop punching, don't pull away. When you drift back, why, you give him a chance, him being Cruz, to land a solid shot.
Cruz wants to mix it up.
That's right. Well, Schneider will accommodate him, I'm sure. There's a little flow of blood from the nose of Cruz, and Cruz lands a couple of solid shots. And he's got, well, Schneider may be in trouble. He took 2 or 3 solid shots. He's holding on now as Dr. James Jenkins steps between the two. And Cruz, all pumped up, bouncing, saying, come on, the fight's over here.
He's got a little cocky all of a sudden, didn't he, Tom?
Yes, he did.
He wants to win a fight.
Yep. This is round 4. Cruz in black and Schneider in blue. Cruz is winless in his professional career, 0-5. In addition to 2 draws, he's 24. Landed a good, solid left hand. Watch Schneider. The crowd, ever for the underdog, it would appear, shouting Cruz, Cruz, Cruz. Reminds me of the old gag about the fella watching the fight and watched the fighter bless himself. And he turned and said to his friend, is that going to help him? And the guy said, only if he can fight. So the crowd shouting Cruz will help him only if Cruz can fight better than Schneider. There they are in a little headlock and a do-si-do.
James Jenkins took one on the chin there. He still can take a shot, I can see that.
Either that or he's faking us with that smile.
Yeah, that didn't hurt.
Yeah. How many times have you seen that, huh? Round 4 coming to a close. There's the bell. Cruz trying to get the crowd tuned in. Up and down Ruben Castillo as though they just told him he'd won the lottery. Huh?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got to step it up here in the 5th and 6th rounds. If he can win these 2 rounds, Tommy, he may have a heck of a shot at winning the fight.
And it would be his first win as a pro. Cruz is in the black trunks and Effie Schneider in the blue, trimmed with the Star of David. Young man born in Israel, moved to the United States a year ago. 135-pounders, they're lightweights. Nice left hand by Schneider. And a very good left hand there that snapped Cruz's head back. Cruz takes a punch. He's never been knocked down. He's never won a fight. But he's never been knocked down, never been knocked out. So.
You know, Tom, speaking of Cruz, if he was administrated well and, taken along, I don't know who he's fought, but this fight he's in right now is not an easy fight. Get him a few wins, get his confidence. I don't think he'd be that bad of a fighter. I think he's a heck of a little fighter. Got a potential there.
Well, he has a lot of gears, and they're all forward, Ruben. That's one thing you got to like about him. He doesn't have a reverse gear in his body. He may have been the victim of bad luck. I don't know. Maybe bad handling. Solid right hand. Snapped Schneider's head around. Another right.
See, he threw a left hook, a right hand, a left hook, and then he finishes with a jab. He's got some combinations. I mean, you can see some cockiness here. He won 2 rounds in a row. Can you imagine if he was undefeated in 10 fights?
Well, and he obviously likes fighting. I mean, he likes being in the ring. He's not... He's enamored of it. Bouncing up and down. He's talking to the crowd. He was right there. He's busy.
He likes his job.
Yep. But he is getting nailed. And Schneider keeps hitting him with that left hand. And Cruz says, come on, as if it's not enough. Cruz has been hurt a couple of times, and he's nailed Schneider with a couple of solid shots. This could be a good fight for the judges to score. Cruz trying to buy a round or two, bouncing up and down. Maybe he's I don't know if Schneider's hurt. Cruz has got him spinning him around and everything. And
He's trying to corner. This is my fight.
yeah. I don't think he has to convince his corner. The guy's got to convince his Schneider.
That's absolutely right. That means that guy in the blue trunks, right?
Right. The guy who keeps popping him with those uppercuts. And as round 5 is coming to a close, he's throwing a
He's
lot
playing
under
possum.
himself.
I'll tell you right now, he's playing possum. Here he comes.
Cruz is busy. The crowd has come alive. They like his antics. Whether the judges will see it that way or not, I don't know. That's the end of 5. There's Schneider.
If you won every goddamn round.
Okay, now we got to go back to that busy jab. And when you jab him 2 or 3 times,
Here's another look back at the action in round 5. Cruz in the black trunks. Good right hand. That one was short. And the left was blocked. Here he is a bit later. Spins Schneider around. Beating on his chest as if to say, this is where the fight is. Schneider says, I'll be right with you. Here we go. They'll touch gloves for the 6th round. Cruz stands there, hands at his waist. And Schneider comes out and hits him with a few lefts. Schneider has 1 knockout. Cruz has never won a professional fight. He's 0-5. Schneider's undefeated. He's 4-0. I don't know what Cruz is trying to prove in this opening minute, Ruben. How tough his jaw is. What, he hasn't thrown a punch, and he's caught about a dozen of them.
He's playing possum again. He's going to clown around and give half the round away, which is absolutely
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous. Because it looks like he's got the momentum. He ought to just go out and take the fight.
Well, so far, time.
He just lost his mouthpiece, which does not look good on him.
No, on the judges' scorecard.
Plus, he's got half the rocks in this building on there, and get a little hairs and a whole shot on his mouthpiece. That'll be tasting real well right about now, Tom.
Right. And now Schneider is, Cruz hasn't really retaliated in kind at all here.
He may have run out of gas.
Could be. Could be, champ. I don't know. Boy, now he wants to come back with a flurry. Schneider will tie him up. Those punches mostly arms, gloves.
Now he'll do the same thing again. Go into this little peekaboo thing and play possum for a while.
And catch about 15 or 20 shots.
And lose the round.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. If he wants the crowd to cheer for him, put on 3 minutes of solid boxing and they'll be right in his corner.
Get busy. See, he spun him around, did the right thing.
And then throw a punch.
Yeah, did throw 1 punch.
No. And here we are. may be as far as halfway through. In fact, we've only got a minute to go in this round. He's going to have to convince a lot of people in the next 60 seconds if he's going to win this round. And so far, he hasn't convinced anybody. Schneider with 3, 4 jabs and a right hand. Not impressive punches, but they score points. And Cruz, unless he does something really dramatic, is on his way to his 6th loss without a win.
Yeah, he gave too much of that round away, Tommy.
How about 2 minutes of it? Mine too, but we've been wrong before, friend. But I don't know how we could be wrong on this one. There's the bell. It's over. And I mean, Cruz didn't do a thing. And he acts as though the last round was his. Well, hard to understand sometimes and hard to explain. There's Schneider. We'll find out how the judges saw the fight. But first we'll pause from the Great Western Forum for this important announcement.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
Hey, fight fans, the decision is in, and it's unanimous. The all-new Forum Boxing Sportswear is a winner. The finest in sweatshirts, t-shirts, satin jackets, and caps will make you look and feel like a champion. Don't be counted out. Get your Forum Boxing Sportswear at the Great Western Forum or by calling 310-673-1773 now.
Welcome back to the Great Western Forum here in Inglewood, California. I'm Tom Kelly. My ringside observer and analyst is Ruben Castillo. We've been watching Cruz and Schneider. A couple of lightweights at 135 pounds. Cruz without a victory in his professional career, and Schneider without a loss. Cruz may have caught the fancy of the crowd, but I don't know if he caught the fancy of the judges. Certainly not in the last round, but Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the official tally. Let's go to the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. I will read the score totals. Judge at ringside, Raul Caiz scores the bout 59-56. Larry Rosadia and Pat Russell both agree, scoring the bout 59-55. All 3 in favor of the winner, and still undefeated, Effi, the Israeli bomber Schneider.
Effi, the Israeli bomber Schneider. The crowd didn't appreciate it, but the judges did. And of course, Cruz, the loser, is now 0-6-2 with no knockouts. And Schneider, the winner, he's undefeated. And his record now goes to 5-0. We'll be back with more championship boxing in a moment.
Look into your car's future and you'd use T-Plus engine treatment to keep it running like new. T-Plus, the engine treatment with the extra protection of DuPont Teflon.
Prime ticket announcers have the David Rickey look. Designers of custom wardrobes for men. David Rickey and Company, California, New York, and the world.
Get into the action.